Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My name is Mr. Rader, and we're here today to look at scarcity and opportunity costs for 12th grade economics. And our focus question is to examine how we can make sound economic choices that go beyond the boundaries of personal finance and really examine all the different types of economic decisions that we may have to make in our lives. This is a video in a two-part series that looks at Unit 1, Day 5, and this particular video will examine the article opportunity cost. So the objective of this lesson for students, you all should know that you should be looking at composing a definition of opportunity cost by assessing the costs and benefits of living at home during college. And in this short video, we're going to look at the introduction model part of the lesson, where we'll look at the article opportunity cost and define opportunity cost in your own words. And just gave everybody a brief sentence starter opportunity cost is, and then you can use an example from the article or an example from your own life. In the reading itself, we're going to be looking at two paragraphs together. So we're going to be looking at a decision as to whether to fly or drive to the city of Chicago. And we're going to look at the opportunity costs and the trade-offs when looking at work and at leisure. So let's take a look at this article by Eric Nielsen on opportunity cost. And your teacher will probably recommend that you read the entire article, but for our purposes, we're just going to look at two paragraphs in the middle. The first one here is the example with the travel to Chicago. So quoting the reading, to make an economic decision, you must fully consider the opportunity costs associated with various options. For example, say you're confronted with the choice of flying or driving to visit a friend in Chicago. A plane ticket costs $300, while gas for your car will only be $125. Given those figures, it's more economical to drive, right? Actually, the answer is not so clear. For instance, if it takes 2 days to drive to Chicago and back, but only 4 hours to fly, a person earning a reasonably good salary would be better off working the extra day and a half and then flying. For a student or someone else with little earning power, it still might be cheaper to spend the extra time and drive. So opportunity cost decisions involve many more factors than simply the dollar cost associated with various alternatives. Opportunity cost also plays an important role in what economists call the labor-leisure decision. Possibly the most basic decision you can make is how to divide your time between work and play. All else being equal, most people prefer leisure to labor. At the same time, the greater wealth which comes from working allows us to consume things we like and gives us greater freedom as to how we spend our leisure hours. All right, so I'm going to pause here. Let's go back to the lesson and look at these two questions. So in the example, what is the opportunity cost of flying to Chicago? So again, with opportunity cost, we're making trade-offs, we're making economic decisions. Since we can't have it both ways, we have to decide, would it make more sense for us to drive the distance, several hundred miles, or would it make sense for us to fly? And in this case, as you can see in the written response, while it would be $175 more to take the plane, that extra day and a half where one could work could be more economically beneficial in the long run. And in the second question, thinking about the opportunity cost in terms of working an extra shift is time lost, right? That is the trade-off in leisure or relaxation. So that's something to keep in mind, that when we make these economic decisions, we have to evaluate all the different costs and benefits of our decisions. Which brings us to the independent work, and just briefly we'll introduce this section here on weigh the pros, cons to living at home in college and advantages and disadvantages of the dormitory using what's called the cost benefit analysis matrix. And I will recommend that if you want to learn more specific information about the cost benefit analysis matrix, check out the video for Unit 1, Day 6, where we do a deeper dive into the cost benefit analysis matrix. For our purposes today, I just want to point out just some key things in this organizer. So when we do this cost benefit analysis, there's always a choice or a dilemma involved. In this lesson, the dilemma is deciding where to live while attending college. And we want to think about what we lose and what we gain by making these particular decisions. And we can really help ourselves if we really think about it in terms of time, social accolades, health, and money. That'll do it for this video. Stay tuned for our next installment on economics.